Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Gadaminas broadcasting live. Good morning to you, all of you guys. Very welcome to our Monday morning webinar. I hope you had an absolutely fantastic week last week and hope you're ready for another smashing week. We're just getting this new year rolling and already some incredible results coming on. Some people are doing some incredible stuff, achieving the new incentives that just been launched. So we are really, really chuffed. We're really, really happy. We're really happy to see, some people really going out of, the comfort zone and achieving some incredible stuff. So that's absolutely amazing. But this morning, as always, we're going to run a quick webinar on giving you some tips. And today's webinar, actually, the name for the webinar is very, very serious. It's the 10 commandments for professional presentation. But basically, I wanted to give you 10 tips on presenting and things that are associated with presenting. So hope you're going to find them useful. You'll be able to use them, for yourself to present, and also when you're training your new team members, so you also will be able to share that with them, etc. As usual, you have a chat box on the right hand side. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to ask, feel free to type those questions in the chat box on the right hand side and I'll try to answer those. And a part of that, feel free to share this webinar with other people so they can get value from these webinars as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube as a recorded one, so feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can find loads of other training videos like this one. So that's also important. Awesome, guys. So let me just quickly share my screen with you. So I've got, fittingly to the topic, I've got the 10 commandments in front of you. Awesome, guys. So the first is learn the presentation. If you're going to present something, do spend time learning it and practicing it and just really, really understanding it. One of the things I remember, one of my favorite motivational speakers used to be Zig Ziglar, rest in peace. And he used to say, he used to go, look, I've been in this industry for many, many years. He's been a professional speaker for, 20, 30 years. And he'd go before every presentation, before every training that I go on stage, I will practice and I will practice and I will practice because I respect the people who came there to listen to me, etc. So don't think you're gonna blag it. Learn the presentation. And what I mean, you don't need to be a super duper professional speaker in order to present the presentation, but learn how to use the third-party tools. You don't even need to remember everything because you have the PowerPoint or you have the paper, slides or whatever. So you need to learn to use the third-party tool. But even if you're using the PowerPoint, you need to know what to say on each slide, what to mention, what to point out, etc. So just practice this thing, before you start. So really, really important to learn because you'll just look more professional. You'll be more confident when you've practiced and you've learned it properly, and you'll just it will look 100% better. Number 2 is get excited. Now, as much as it is important to learn the presentation, even more important is to get excited about it. I can tell you this thing. I've seen people who do a perfect presentation and they sell nothing and they recruit nobody, right? Because they just basically boring. People are not interested, right? And then on the other hand, I've seen people who do a complete disaster of a presentation, but they're recruiting people one after another. Why? Because they're so excited. People go, I don't know what is it you're doing, but I'm coming with you. It looks incredible. It looks like you know where you're going, So, and a lot of you've had this in your business. You've had when you bring a new recruit on board, and they will go and recruit people like one after another without even presentation. They just go, look, you need to get up, and you need to be part of this thing, etc. Right? So that's what excitement does, So you want to be excited, especially when you're presenting to somebody, whether the business or the product. You want to get excited because that will excite them. They say sales is nothing more than a transfer of feeling. So if you really, really want to do a great job presenting, you want to transfer the feeling that you have inside of you, transfer it onto people. And the best way to do it is obviously to get excited. Okay, number 3 is look and act like a professional. Now, I'm gonna go and say it outright. If you're a guy, you need to be wearing a suit. Simple as that. I know some people go, I got out of my job so I can stop wearing suits, etc. And you know what? 90% of the time, when you're running your business from home, etc., I don't care. You can be wearing shorts and flip-flops. But when you're going to present the business to somebody, out of respect to them, I'd say wear a suit. You can, if you're dressed smarter than the person you're presenting to, it's not a problem. But if the person you're presenting to is dressed smarter than you are, then you might have some challenges, etc. So, especially if you are younger, if you're young, when I first started, it was quite, because I was presenting to people twice my age, I wanted to look smarter, I wanted to look sharper, I wanted to look older. So I would always wear a suit what I'm going to present, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but just dress smart. And if you're a lady, again, dress smart, pay attention to how you will look like, try and look to yourself from the side and think, would I join me? Would I be impressed? Because they say first impressions count, and you don't get a second chance to make the first impression. So the person they say they'll make an impression of you within like 15 seconds of meeting you. So guess what? You're not going to have a chance to say much in 15 seconds. So it's all about how you appear, how you smell, how you look like, how, the whole appearance, the first impression that they will get when they first see you. So you want to make sure that that first impression is 100%, okay? Number 4 is keep talking key benefits. So what I mean by that is we have a number of key benefits that home-based business brings to a person, isn't it? Things like financial freedom, things like, time, things like, being able to spend, a time with the family, things like travel, things like, achievement and recognition and things like that. So there are a number of things, the benefits, the key benefits of the business, and that's what you want to keep drilling on. This is what you want to keep talking about, right? Nobody cares too much about facts and figures and things like that. They say people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And they say people will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So what you want to do is keep mentioning these benefits, because these benefits, if somebody's life goal is financial freedom, is to have money and to have time to be able to spend more time with the family and don't worry about the money, etc. So if you keep mentioning financial freedom, guess what? It will invoke an emotion in that person. It will evoke a feeling in that person where they will go, you know what? I want to be part of this because this can give me what I'm actually, aiming for, what is my goal. So keep talking about the key benefits. Don't worry too much about the company president's name and where he came from and how many years ago it all started. Those things, they are not that important. Trust me. What's important, it's what they say, WWI. What's in it for me, right? So really, really think about it. What is in it for me? Be in that person's place and imagine it, they asking you a question. What's in it for me? What am I going to get from that? And think about it, so how you can transfer, how can you talk in a way that the person will understand, okay, this is what I'm getting from it. And actually, the next one, number 5, is you appeal. So you appeal is basically talk less about yourself and talk more about them, right? So most people will come and they'll go, well, my business and my product and my company and my results and my experience and my, right? They talk too much about themselves and their company. What you want to do is talk about your company or your product or whatever, but put them in there, right? So this is what you're going to get when you become part of our team. And this is what trainings you will receive. And this is what benefits you will receive. And this is what this product is going to do for you. And this is how it's going to work, etc. So basically, it's all about them. It's not about you, okay? Number 6 is speed up. I mean, nobody likes a boring presentation. Nobody likes to be, deaf by PowerPoint and all of that, right? So speed up. Most people, okay, I know that I talk too fast sometimes and I need to slow down. But for a lot of people, I've been in the presentations where I'm observing somebody, and in my head I'm just going, talk, come on, because they're just so slow, right? So you want to make sure you speed up, because again, when you speed up, guess what? It sounds more exciting when you speed up, when it's faster. So because think about the times when you were really, really excited. Were you talking really, really slow, or were you really, really talking fast? Most of the time when you get excited, you talk fast. So when you speed up, some people go, well, I don't know how to become this excited person or whatever. Speed up. Just start talking faster, and that will sound like you are excited, okay? Okay, number 7 is tidy up. So again, be prepared. Have your products, have your PowerPoint, have your computer, have whatever you need. Be prepared, basically. Tidy up your presentation where you know what comes after what, and the sequence, and everything, right? So basically you are prepared. When you're coming there, you know what's gonna be after what, what you're gonna show them, how you're gonna explain it, etc. So just tidy up your presentation. Don't be messy, where you forget the stuff, and you go, well, I wanted to show you this, but I haven't got it with me, or whatever. You don't want to be in that place. Okay, number 8 is set a goal and make a plan. So again, everything you do should be goal oriented, right? So if you're going to present the business to somebody or a product, you have to have a goal in there. So this is what I'm going to achieve today. This is what I'm going to achieve this week, etc. So you need to follow some sort of a goal. And again, when you have a plan, you will sound more serious. Because if you're talking to somebody and you go, okay, my plan is to bring on 10 people this month and to train them up to help them to get to this particular level, within this amount of time, and to help them to make this much money, etc., etc. That now sounds like a plan. That sounds like you know where you're going. You're not just sort of giving it a go and trying it out and seeing what will happen, etc. So have a plan and share that plan with other people. Share your vision with other people, because that will get you excited, but it will get them excited too. Okay, number 9 is time your attitude. So again, what I mean by that is that your attitude should not determine your results. Your results shouldn't determine your attitude, but your attitude should determine your results. So if you had a bad presentation yesterday, or whatever happened, and you weren't, in a good mood or whatever, as soon as you arrive to present to somebody, you forget about that. You leave that at the door. You walk in there without any, you're not dragging stuff behind you, etc. No baggage, okay? So basically, you're timing your attitude. So a lot of motivational speakers and coaches, except they do that. They get themselves pumped up before they go on stage or before they go and perform, etc. So exactly the same way, you want to pump yourself up before you go to do the presentation. So you forget about the negative stuff, you think about the positive things, etc., because that's the sort of feeling you're going to transfer to these people. Okay, so time your attitude. And then number 10, the last one, is visualize. So a lot of athletes, they do that. For example, before they go and do a certain, whatever, a run or a race or something, they will, before the actual race or before the actual exercise, they will close their eyes, and in their head, they will imagine themselves successfully completing that particular event. Okay, and basically what that means, if they're successfully completing that event, that means the whole event went great, or the whole event went okay, right? So this is what they do, and you can do exactly the same thing with presenting. Especially if you're used to presenting, if you're a bit nervous, or you're going in front of a larger audience than you usually used to, you can literally close your eyes and visualize yourself doing a great job, doing a fantastic presentation, etc. And that does a couple of things. Number 1, it sort of calms you down. It makes you a bit more, content, whatever. But it also plays a trick on your brain, which basically it fools your brain into thinking that you've already done it once successfully, right? Or twice, or how many times you visualize. So basically, it's like a practice run in your head. So you're basically practicing the presenting bit in your head, and when you go and actually do it, your brain is telling you, well, you've done it already a couple of times, so it's not that hard, is it? So again, it's really, really good thing to do, is to visualize before you go to present to somebody. Awesome, guys. So hope you find these 10 commandments